Okay, so here we are again with this little guy. Want to do a little follow-up video on him. I'll probably do a couple if I can, depending on the weather and stuff. But just wanted to follow up on this lariat work. So last video was on Saturday. Today is Tuesday, I had to think. So it's been that many days. Just let you kind of see the progress and what this kind of stuff starts getting into. So we'll just get started here, and then I'll start working on some of the other stuff that I'll do next, as long as he does well in this. If he doesn't do well in this, then I'll continue with it. But he's been progressing every day. Sorting out my coils here first before I start moving them on. So, alrighty. So again, move him off, just make sure he's okay there. Just kind of let him go around, maybe. I don't care which way you go, just go. Get the kinks out there. Obviously, I just picked up my rope. So just let him travel around a couple seconds here. Make sure he doesn't have any kinks in him, like I have some kinks in my rope. He's like, potty break. I'll allow him to have a potty break. There he goes. Okay. So just like we started off, I continue doing this. Again, I'm not trying to catch him. Just kind of throwing that out there behind him. Making sure he's alright with it. Doesn't freak out about it. Get some more kinks out. Rope got a little sweaty yesterday on him, so then I always have a couple minutes until the kinks kind of get out of it when the rope is sweaty. This is an old rope that I actually keep outside here, so it gets weathered on and stuff. But all right, a little less wind today. Put it over top of him, just let it lay there. Obviously he's okay with that now. Well, he was pretty okay with that anyway. See if I can bring him in here. Kind of look at me there. Hi, buddy. Remember me? Put it over his ears. All the same stuff, just a review. Every day a review. Now this is when a lot of times people will see me if they follow my Facebook posts, and I'll often put on things about not being able to see. He's yielding awful good there now. About how long different things take. So when you get to stuff like this, you know, at this stage in his education, so you can see, like, when people think you can do like a 30-day colt start and get all sorts of stuff done. Like with this little guy here, he has a lot of spooky issues. He's kind of afraid of a bunch of stuff. So not horribly afraid, but he's definitely nervous about it, and won't help him learn anything if he's scared about stuff. So you got to help him get over some of the fear. But so like Saturday to Tuesday, that many days just working on this kind of stuff, getting this progress. And then the stuff I start today, depending on how he's at, is going to show you, you know, where's that there. And then that might take, you know, a week or so, maybe a week and a half on the next stuff until that starts getting through. Like right here, trying to get him to yield over out of pressure. Just off of my hand there. He's not real good at that. I noticed that the other day. That's all stuff that he has to learn before I can ride him. So right there, that's 2.5 weeks worth of stuff. And then that gives me another week to get him prepared for getting really good at the saddle, and then basically a week of riding, if it even goes that quickly, which it really doesn't often go that way. So you often see me on Facebook posting different things. Wrong way, son. Go the other way. About how long it takes and not expecting too much. And, you know, like a horse like this, to colt start and get him over a lot of this fear, it could be 30 days at least that I just kind of do groundwork and stuff with him. And then maybe another 30 days of really getting that riding down and getting that riding good. So you're looking, most colt starts, when you get stuff like colt starting or problem solving, you should expect a trainer to, or a horseman anyway, to spend at least 60 to 90 days minimum on this kind of stuff. Yes, I can, or I could if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Kind of break them down and get it done in 30 days, but it doesn't make a real good solid horse. It gets you a facade, so to speak, but it never gets it really deep down where they've actually learned it and understood it, you know, to a consistent enough point. So this can actually take sometimes months, you know, depending on the severity of the horse. So always remember that, you know, when you send horses in for training. 30-day miracles really don't happen too often. But they learn and they get stuff through them. So send them around here. And go a little bit quicker. Pick up on that line and he should stop. And that's been fairly consistent the last couple days. I'll do it one more time. Send him around here. Pick up on that line and he should stop. Thought I want him to go again, so I'll just ask him to wait for me by picking up on that line. No different than if I picked up on the halter. If he thinks I want him to still keep going, he might have a little energy kind of going today. He's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable with stuff, so I'm going to hold that there. And just stop him with the line, just the same as I'd stop him with a halter. Shouldn't matter what I'm grabbing a hold of, whatever I'm putting pressure on, he should yield to it. Okay. Come on down here. Take that out. Walk him off. Alright. Now, just like what we did on the first video there, after the hind foot, work on the front foot. Where are you going, son? He says, I don't know. I'm just going to pick this foot up and step back. Okay. Now I can pick that foot up and pull it out. Pick it up, set it down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of bring him here into the center. Come on, son. Lead him by that foot. There you go. Keep coming there, sweetheart. There you go. Offset him here a little bit. There. Pick it up and bring it in. Good job. Okay. Now I'm going to see what he offers me here. Put this up over top like what you saw the other day. Now, because he's getting better at it, I could just reach that up and around there. Because that first video you saw, I kind of stepped him into that. You can put your foot down. Thank you very much. But this time he's getting better, so I've trusted a little bit more. I can just reach around there and put that around through his front feet so that this doesn't slide back. I'm going to send him forward here a little bit if I can. Forward. It's like, why? You're just going to stop me anyway. Okay, send him forward and pick up on that rope, and he should stop and wait. Good boy. Harder on him there. Let's bring him back into the middle. It's kind of hard to get a feel of that rope to bring him into the middle when he's when it's up over his back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what kind of feel he'll offer me here, because he's getting pretty good at that. Put this up and over there. Bring this here. Bring this sucker around. Pick up his foot. Alright. We'll just see what he thinks about this deal. Did a little bit of this yesterday. Make sure my coils are organized just in case. He might spin around here a couple times. That's alright. I'm just going to go with him. I just want him to get comfortable. Learn to follow that feel there. There we go, buddy. And not think so much about always going up when he gets tied up in knots. There we go. Yesterday he kind of thought, just like the previous couple days, that going up was kind of fun. So we're going to teach him some other stuff. Again, I don't force this. I just allow it. If he keeps turning too much, I'll stop that. But now again, I'm not going to stand right in front of him. And you can see how much pressure I have on here. Not very much. Get a feel back. He goes forward, he runs into it. When he comes back, I release a little bit. Good boy. He goes forward into it. When he comes back, I release. Goes forward into it. When he comes back, I release. Goes forward into it. When he comes back, I release. You're a good boy. Nice and easy. Good. Little pressure, but not much. More pressure. Just kind of giving a directional feel there. Runs into it. Nice and easy. So yesterday this was kind of a bit of a deal for him. So he's really progressing here. Get the hair out of my mouth. Nice and easy. Offer that feel. Not that way. Not that way. Not that way. That way. Good boy. You're all right, son. Now, never let anyone tell you that if a front foot's tied up, they can't kick you. It's not really tied up. If I let go and he starts going off, you'll see it'll release if he gets to that point, which he might. He might try and take off here a little bit. Go around the pen a couple times if he needs to, and that's all right if he needs to do that. But even with that front foot up like that, he can still kick me. So you want to stay in a good position. You can also turn, rear, and land on top of me, which is why I started using the lariat years ago to do this stuff. I used to do it with just a halter line or a short line, standing next to the horse, and after a couple horses kind of landed on me, kind of learned to do it this way. Because that just ain't no fun. So we just wait on him here, nice and easy. How long does it take? I don't know. If this takes too long, I'll just cut out part of the video. But it shouldn't take too long. We'll just see him. I don't care if he goes all the way down. I just want to start giving me feel. Keeps looking around over there. The cows might be coming. He's not a big fan of the cows yet. He's learning. Wait on him there. I don't want him to go forward. I want him to think about coming back to me. Not up. That's an up thought. That's a down thought. That's a forward thought. There you go, son. See that line here from my hand to him is just kind of relaxed. The only reason I have it up over his neck like that is just so that it doesn't slide back any further. There you go, buddy. Nice and easy. Down, I don't do anything. I just wait. If he goes to go up, I just say, nope, that's not the answer. That's the answer. Nice and relaxed. That's not the answer. That's the answer. Good boy. Good boy. That's not the answer. That's the answer. Good job, buddy. You're all right. He might still pop up yet, or he might go down. We'll just wait and see. But again, no craziness about it. I'm not going to go flailing. I'm not going to force him. I just want to offer him this feel and see if he'll follow the feel. Oops, got your leg stuck over the other one. Good boy. Not in any hurry for him to topple that butt down when he's ready. Kind of a precarious position, but that's all right. I got to stay in a position. I know you kind of want to see that, but I got to be careful what position I'm in. Nice and easy. Offer that feel. Now, if you do this too soon, before all the other stuff is good, you can have a mess on your hands. You're all right, son. Stay out of the way in case he goes down. I don't want him to land on my foot. That's kind of uncomfortable. Just nice and relaxed. Now, if he gets too close to this fence here, I'll put him back in the middle, because I don't want his feet to get stuck in there. All right, he's too close to the fence there, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this down, and I'm going to lead him back over into the middle. Come on, son. Now, some people say, oh, you let him loose, he'll never learn, he's going to learn to not go down. Nope. I got told that a whole bunch of times. Kind of believed it. Then I asked Ray Hunt one day. I kind of believe Ray Hunt. He said, don't worry about it. It takes you 10 days of a little increment at a time. It takes you 10 days. If it takes you 2 weeks, if it takes you 6 months, it don't matter. You're teaching them. Teaching them to give here. I don't do it with all the horses, but I do it with quite a few of them. It depends on what their issue is and what their personality is. And there's some I just would never do it, like if a horse has like a bad foot or old injuries or something like this, that's, you know, detrimental. I wouldn't do this, but again, like I said yesterday, it's helpful sometimes if vet needs to work on a leg, they get hung up somewhere. They're just kind of used to laying down next to you. They're comfortable with it. You can ask them to go down kind of on a cue. Or at least, you know, even if you don't do it too often, as long as they get comfortable with going down. Like I said, I've had a horse that had a nail in his foot, and I just laid him down, and then we could doctor it. He just laid there. As opposed to putting pressure on that nail and making matters worse. I just said, how about you lay down for me, buddy? He said, all right. No problems. But he kind of gets a little nervous about a lot of things, so I just want him to understand I can take his feet and I'm not going to hurt him. Life is good. There you go, sweetheart. Not that way. And when I'm doing this kind of work, that's the only time that, you know, when they get too close to that fence, that I'll stop and reposition. If I'm like yielding forehand or hind end or something like that, and they go to the fence for relief, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stop at that point. But for this kind of deal, I will stop when I get to that fence. Good boy. He found a snack on the ground. understand this guy kind of had a couple rides on him, but not very successful ones. And that's, I think, about the extent of his colt starting, if I understand. So I might be wrong on that. But when they're real nervous, and I've had a couple horses, you know, where they get kind of nervous with you up above them or doing stuff, or they're just not sure, it sure makes a difference. They get comfortable, that they can. Now, if I start horses from like a colt, you know, when they're real young, like babies, you just get them used to all this stuff before they even get started. So I like having a colt from its conception, so to speak, or at least right after they're weaned. Preferably no handling, because every time they get handled, you have more to deal with, depending on who handled them. But every time they go through a bad experience, you have to kind of override that. It doesn't go away. So I've had some where I've had to lay them down and just kind of relax them so that they're okay with me sitting over top of them, standing over top of them, petting them. Then they get a lot more used to you being on top of them. I've had some that they're okay if you're next to them, but darn well, you better not ever try and ride them because they get awful scared about it, just because of bad experiences that they've had. And you want to be careful when you're doing this, because they can pop up really fast. So just because you think they're going down, don't go rushing in there. You're surprised how fast these guys can get up from a dead lay down sleep. They can get up faster than you can get away. So always be cautious. There you go, buddy. And sometimes I'll put up a little bit of a fight for a minute. But again, I'm not going to make it so horrible. If he has problems, I'll do this again another day. But make progress here. Took him a little bit yesterday until he got to this point, so we'll just see where he's at. It's a little worried. It's worried about a lot of stuff. A little bit of a worry wart. Nothing to do necessarily with dominance, just trust. I said when you get those colts that are babies, or fillies, sometimes I say colts, well, what about the mares? Colt just in a general term. When you get them as a baby, you just start doing this stuff right off the bat. You know, when they're laying down, you just start petting them, you put stuff on them, you just have them start understanding and learning stuff while their little heads are little sponges. And then by the time they're ready, you don't have any colts starting to do, they're ready to go. So I much prefer doing that than having to redo these guys. But this is a big part of it. A little bit of a feel there. See if he'll stay down for me. Almost. Pretty close. You're all right, buddy. Try it again. Staying out of the kick zone there. You're all right, son. Need a little help? I'll help you there. You're all right. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.